Hey, it's Eamon with ipXchange coming at you with another weekly roundup. It's been a pretty interesting one this week because we've been promoting the partners that will be on the ipXchange booth 4A101 at Embedded World 2024. So yeah, we've got ScioSense, we've got Aleph Semiconductor, we've got Arduino, and we've got Ambient Scientific. But we started the week with a lovely chat with Alexandra Covor, a long-standing member of the ipXchange community that we first met at Make Fair Rome. Over to you, Eamon. So, we usually at ipXchange will post our projects on the weekend, but this has been a pretty crazy week with some very, very close to the edge content. So, as I said, we first met Alexandra at Make Fair Rome, and she was showing various builds based on Raspberry Pi's RP2040 microcontroller, and this was kind of a catch-up with an update on PicoFlutter, which is a butterfly-shaped wearable design designed for STEM education, particularly to get young girls into electronics. And this is a really cool chat because usually at a show you don't get to go into the real nitty-gritty details about a design, but Alexandra was talking about the challenges of multi-layer PCB design, especially with RGB LEDs. So I think it was 4 layers that she was talking about, and I think it was 64 LEDs as well, which, if you know your RP2040, is much larger than the amount of GPIO, so that had some multiplexing going. But it was it was just a very interesting chat. Why is there a beeping? Yeah.
It's got to be over to you, Eamon.
Yeah. Okay. But it was just a very interesting chat. I think you'll enjoy it, and she also shares some of her expertise from working professionally as an embedded design engineer and some of the challenges that she's faced going from between typical C programming, MicroPython, and how these two different languages are suitable for certain occasions, but more useful in other ones, including education. So yeah, enjoy that one. Over to you, Eamon. So, Tuesday was actually the first of our main pieces of content, and it's basically been an ipXperience week. This one was with Guido and Jan from ScioSense. And ScioSense, you may have seen some of our previous videos with them. They have amazing demos on their booth. When we saw them, it was at Sensor and Test. But one of those demos is going to be on the ipXchange booth this time. So, Guido and Jan and we discussed the ENS220 pressure sensor, which is actually a 3-in-1 device, which has barometric pressure sensing, both absolute and relative, to very high accuracy, and temperature as well. And this was just a ton of fun because we were basically just talking about applications rather than the components itself. So it covered stuff like fall detection, package tampering, door opening algorithms, just really cool stuff that you don't typically see with pressure sensors because they're not sensitive enough. But hey, if a pressure sensor is sensitive enough to be able to measure a drop in height, you know it's a great component. So yeah, look forward to seeing the ENS220 on the ipXchange booth at ScioSense's little section at Embedded World. And we've got a little surprise for you. Heads up, Eamon. Oh, that's not a bad throw, Eamon. Another partner that we promoted for their attendance on our stand at Embedded World is Aleph Semiconductor. So unless you're really, really new to ipXchange, you will have seen a load of videos that Guy did at CES with Henrik. He's generally the person we talk to from Aleph Semiconductor. But all these videos have had different evaluation boards, so I thought it would be great to sit down with Henrik and just discuss all of these 3 different evaluation boards, the standard dev kit, the Vision app kit and the AI ML app kit, and just see which applications these work in, because it's kind of funny. I think Henrik says it's kind of a fireable offense if you know about Aleph and then don't try and use them if you've been asked to implement AI in your product. And yeah, these dev kits really make it easy to get started with applications from voice recognition, natural language processing, obviously facial recognition and facial tracking. It's just really cool. So check out that ipXperience if you want to have a proper application-focused discussion where you can decide which of these AI-enabled microcontrollers is best for you, and more importantly, what's the best way to evaluate that technology. And this t-shirt is one of a few things that we'll be giving away at the ipXchange booth, including some free Arduino boards, because Arduino have partnered officially with ipXchange for Embedded World. We'll have their Portenta C33 board on our stand, as well as hopefully a couple of other industrial grade products from their Pro range. We don't know yet because Arduino have got a lot of things spread around the show. I think they're in the next hall from us. But yeah, this is very exciting. We didn't have a chance to do an ipXperience with them with such short notice, but I did a very like kind of overview video, which Jake has been absolutely cooking on the editing. It's really, really fun. I really hope you like that one, so check it out if you're looking for the board that will get you into the Arduinos for industrial applications, because it's not just for makers anymore, it's not just for hobbyists anymore. Arduino have really gone full force into the professional space. And finally, the fourth partner on the ipXchange booth was Ambient Scientific, which I've literally just finished recording that ipXperience with GP Singh, and my mind was effing blown by it. GP really knows his stuff. These ultra low power chips that are fully AI capable, they use, well, he said that we can't really say it's analog matrix computing because they've changed the architecture so much that it's actually something completely different now. But yeah, if you are looking for ultra low power AI that can function on even harvested energy, this is incredible technology to consider. And it's kind of funny because we've got Aleph on the stand as well, and Ambient Scientific, and they're approaching this AI at low power challenge from such different angles. But hilariously, you can still use the same tools. It's still Cortex-M. And so next week, and on the subject of AI, next week we've got a second thought piece coming out, which is, seriously, what the hell is AI? And this is going to be a really fun one, a topic of the times. Hopefully it'll be still relevant in a year's time because the AI landscape is changing so much. Keep designing, have a good weekend, and look forward to meeting ipXchange in person at Embedded World 2024, booth 4A 101.
Hey, yo, where my engineers at?